It's a special Christmas edition of Aquarian Anarchy. Welcome. You see, I don't even have my green screen set up right, just so you can see the green and the red. Aquarian Anarchy is back at it again. We hope you're enjoying the holidays. You're going to enjoy this even more. We're going to have some fun right now. Let's go. All right, so we're so prepared. We forgot to do a quote for this week, and the quote is "Ho ho ho." I guess that's what we're gonna go with.
Hose, hose,
No,
hose.
listen. Let's just get right into it because this is something that we wanted to do a couple of years ago. We did like a get to know Marcus, Nicco, and Chad, so that we could let you guys see a little more about us and like who we are and everything else. Because so much of what we had been doing was the shows with guests and talking about government and talking about faith and all that, but we didn't really, we got a chance to tell some stories about ourselves and different things like that. This is a great opportunity for you to see a little bit more into who we are around this time of year by what movies and music we like to watch and listen to. So here we go. Without further ado, Marcus and Nicco, are y'all ready for Christmas list extravaganza? It is time for our top five. What was that? What was that beeping noise? Did R2D2 just make an appearance? It's top five time, and we are going to go with our top five movies. We're going to do our Christmas movie lists, and starting us off is none other than the man himself. He created this channel. He started this whole thing off. You have him to thank for what is almost 3 years now of Aquarian Anarchy. And Marcus, let's go through your top five here. I see at number five, you've got A Year Without a Santa Claus.
Mm-hmm.
One of my favorites. It didn't make my top five, but tell me about what makes this one hit home for you.
Well, I like all of the Rudolph kind of themed the claymation or whatever the
Rankin and
stop
Bass,
action.
Rankin and Bass stop motion. They're great. Yeah, good stuff.
Yeah. I like all of those, and I like this one particularly because I don't know, it's just a little bit different than the others. I like the songs in it. I like the the Heat Miser,
Snow Miser.
Yeah. Yeah, I like all that stuff. I guess just for me, it harkens me back to my childhood and a lot of, as people can see, of the 4, 3, 2, and then eventually 1, they're more modern, although Gremlins is pretty old, more modern adaptations, but it just brings me back to my childhood largely.
Yeah, good stuff. So Gremlins brings me back to my childhood too, and I actually watched this one like a couple of nights ago. So what is it about Gremlins? Is it the great story that Phoebe Cates tells about how her dad died in the chimney, or is it something else?
No.
I was like, man, this is a terrible Christmas movie, but it's also a great Christmas movie.
It's not good for goodness, but I mean, if you don't know, if you haven't watched Gremlins, then there is so many jokes that have like permeated like our entire culture that come directly from that movie. Right. And who doesn't? I mean, yeah, he's a bad guy, but who doesn't like Spike, the Mohawk wearing gremlin? There's so many things in that are good, but ultimately, I think it teaches about responsibility, and I think that that sometimes, particularly in our culture now, we lose that message. We get too wrapped up in other stuff, but sometimes you got to live with the consequences of your actions, and that's definitely what happens in that movie.
Yes, indeed. And The Nightmare Before Christmas, this is going to be a common refrain. So let's get your take on Jack the Pumpkin King taking over Christmas and why that one resonates with you.
Because it's me.
You're literally like, you're the Halloweeniest person I know, but you're also Santa Claus.
Right, like, for sure. I am Voodoo Santa Claus, and this is this is the soundtrack to Voodoo Santa Claus for sure. Lots of fun stuff in that, and I like I like it because, you know, it was before they were too busy putting all this programming bullshit into the stuff. It's just a really good, I think, movie, well produced, and it gets both the people that like Halloween, and because generally there's two camps: people that like Halloween, people that like Christmas. I just happen to fall into both, and this movie captures that.
Yeah, perfect. All right. And then we have the Chronicles of Narnia, The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, which is not technically a Christmas movie, but does take
Have
place
Christmas elements.
with some Christmas elements. Yes, and Santa Claus makes an appearance and everything. So, what is it about Chronicles of Narnia that puts it in your? I mean, it's number two. It's not number one, but it's number two. That's right up there.
Well, and the reason is really because one, this is my foundation of my spirituality. That may be hard for people to get, but when I was a kid, this was played every Easter. And I never understood why it was played every Easter at my regular Christian church that I went to with my parents. They had the cartoon version of this, and they played it and they made the link because, and you know, C.S. Lewis certainly made the link between Jesus' story and The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, particularly Aslan.
Yeah.
Yep. But I think that for me, I always saw it because the majority of at least the beginning of the book and later the cartoon and then the movie take place in wintertime, and particularly at Christmas. And a lot of the like, we've talked a lot about the hero's journey, and what I find interesting is that Santa Claus plays kind of the magician role in this. He's the one that gives them gifts that would eventually lead to them having weaponry that they can use against the queen, and all of that. So anyhow, I think that it really, for me, it's a Christmas story because it is Christmas weapons that win the day.
Interesting. And that's an interesting way to segue into what is your number one, because all I could think about was like war and weaponry when I started watching this. Never seen this before, never even heard of it before, but like I'm halfway through the second episode. It's a 3-episode series, and I'm hooked on the Hogfather, which I would have never guessed was what it is. Like the even like the poster that they made for it doesn't really do justice to what the story actually is, what it's about, and everything. What brought you to this one? Like, first of all, when did you see this for the first time? Then, why, like, where and why did you have this introduced to you? And then, of course, obviously, what captured you on it?
Sure. It the first time I saw it was probably had to have been within the last 15 years, because my wife actually introduced me to this movie. It's not that old of a movie. I'm not sure when it was made, but it was but it certainly is about 15 years old or more. And she had seen it and was one of her favorites. And, you know, one of the first things that, and this isn't like spoilers or anything, one of the main characters is Death. And one of the things I really like about this story is it kind of circumvents all of the arguments against Santa Claus, because this totally right out of the gate tells you this is not our universe. It might resemble our universe in some ways, so don't get your butt hurt. It's pretty much what they say. And but
it starts off with the flat Earth on top of a turtle's back that's on top of 4 elephants.
Correct.
Like, it's like turtle's back, 4 elephants, then the flat Earth. What did they call it? The disc world or something like that.
Yeah.
Like.
Yeah, and it lightly pokes fun at just about everything to do with Christmas. That's and for not just Christmas though, but like a lot of mythology. It gets into the Tooth Fairy, it gets into death, and but
I love that they had a little mouse Grim Reaper.
They do too.
Like, there's a mouse in a trap, and the Grim Reaper goes over and goes, whoosh, and then you see the little mouse souls go drift up. from the mousetrap. It's like, damn, man.
Yeah. Yeah, it's good stuff, and lots of jokes, and just some of it's dry humor, like but it is fun, and at the same time, it's interesting. It is different than anything that you will ever see about Christmas, but it is certainly a Christmas show, even though it's Hogswatch that they are celebrating, not Christmas.
Not Christmas, yeah. But it's really, I mean, I think it's good. It kind of reminds me of it's in the same vein, I think, like stylistically as like oh shit, what's the one with the unicorn and Tom Cruise?
Oh, Legend.
Oh,
Legend.
Yeah,
Legend. It's like that, or like Willow, like that type of.
To me, it's like if you take,
reminds me of those.
Yeah, if you took like those movies and mixed it with Charlie and the Chocolate Factory,
yeah,
to me that's kind of the energy of it.
Yeah, and it's very British, but in a good way, not like in a bad way. It's very the humor is very funny in that regard. I'm enjoying it. I'm probably gonna finish it tonight, so I'm looking forward to that. So here we go, Nicco. It's your turn. You're up, buddy. I'm so proud of you for putting a movie that everyone says is not.
It's a Christmas movie.
A Christmas movie. It absolutely is a Christmas movie.
It is a Christmas movie. You cannot tell me
Die Hard.
Die Hard is not a Christmas movie. It is all the elements of Christmas, and they are trapped in the goddamn what is it?
Airport. Nakatomi Tower. Wait, what's it?
I don't fucking remember.
Like Nagatomi Tower or something like that. They're in this big tower, high-rise office building. Yeah.
Yeah, and my boy John McClane comes saves the day. You feel me? Like, and then he does it without it being a Christmas like esque spirit. Like, it's not in a like original. Oh, it's a holiday fashion. No, he just blows shit up, and you can't get mad at him blowing shit up. Yeah.
Yippee-ki-yay. No, you cannot.
Yeah.
Right.
One of the most famous lines that you get ever. Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker. Yeah. And then you all right. That was Die Hard. Now,
all right. So you can't argue that this is not a Christmas movie, Bad Santa, but is a terrible Christmas movie, and I'm kind of mad at
not
you
for
kids.
Putting
it in here. As happy as I was with you for Die Hard, I'm not a fan of Bad Santa.
You can't get mad at my boy Thornton, man. You can't get mad at him for being a drunk. Oh, damn. Actually, can I revise this? I know exactly which one I'd replace it with. It'd be Friday After Next.
Okay.
Friday After Next, if nobody knows what it is, it's basically the Christmas version of Friday, but there's a ghetto Santa and a whole bunch of other shit. I'm so disrespectful for not even putting it up there. My bad, people. But yes, no, that would Friday After Next would be most definitely be my Christmas movie.
Well, it's too late because I can't change the graphics.
Yeah, I
so
mean,
you're gonna have to just ride with.
All right,
Bad Santa.
and then like with Bad Santa, it's like it's got a whole bunch of like funny shit that you'd see a drunk Santa Mall go through.
Mall Santa, yeah.
Mall Santa, Santa Mall, whatever. Yeah, Mall Santa. You see like how they come up with like a nice little scheme, and then it's a corny ass. Yeah. So
I feel it.
All right. No, I mess with it. All right. So now you chose a movie. You guys both chose The Nightmare Before Christmas as number 3. There's got to be some sort of numerology reason for that.
I mean, 3
there probably isn't, but I'm just saying that there is, so you have to go with it. But what are the other reasons why Nightmare Before Christmas is
Nightmare Before Christmas is my shit because of my brother. Actually, it is it's a symbolic movie that I'd like sit down and watch with him. Like this is like one of the first movies I was ever introduced into the Christmas spirit. When my brother and I moved with my father, we was from the ghetto, so we didn't have that many Christmases before like really moving in with our dad and my stepmom. So when we moved in with them, my brother showed me Jack Skellington and then would like rave about it, and then showed me the movie as a kid, and I was like, bro, I fuck with this movie heavily. Yeah. And from there on since, like me and him would always watch it.
Yeah, I think my favorite scene in that whole movie, it's like the most underrated scene in any movie ever is when the little kid, like his mom or dad or whatever, asks him what he got for Christmas, and he just shows them the box and there's a head in it. It's just like, it's like this is not what Santa Claus is supposed to be doing. What the hell happened?
Right.
Why did I get this?
It's very similar. So like if you like Nightmare Before Christmas, I think you'll like The Hogfather.
Okay,
Because very similarly, like I don't want to give anything away, but like there's some things where you like humor wise and everything, it's gonna touch on some of those same notes. All right, and so this you put this is one of my favorites as well. We'll get into that in just a moment, but Home Alone and Home Alone 2 you had as well. So I didn't put them both up there because
I got you.
There was already a 2 there. So Home Alone and Home Alone 2 are tied for Nico's number 2.
So for Home Alone, that was actually another nostalgic Christmas movie, but I was introduced to it with my stepmom side of the family. And this is when like I first saw like a little kid take on the adults, the authorities, like somebody trying to come in to your crib and like do whatever they please. And he easily and single-handedly outsmarted 2 grown-ass fucking men who were apparently robbers. Like, even though they're dumb as hell, like, come on. Yeah. Like, if y'all been known as robbers, I think you would have came up with like a little bit more of an exquisite plan or something like that. So I really liked how his parents forgot about him twice. Yep, that's another thing.
Yeah.
He's gonna grow up with some issues.
Yeah, no, he's gonna grow up with some issues. But how the fuck you forget about your child not once but twice?
Right.
First time you forget about him at home, but then the second time you forget him in a whole different place. Right. What? Yeah. Like y'all didn't learn your lesson the first time about your kids?
What was so funny about it to me is that like so the first one they just leave because they're in such a rush and he's still asleep and he wakes up, you know. The second one, it was like, damn, man, you can tell this movie was made before 9/11 because ain't no way you're just running up there all the way to the gate and you may or may not have a ticket. You have to go through no security.
Right.
You know what I mean? Nothing. Like it's just funny to watch that because it's like, damn, man, this is like watching somebody on a rotary phone. You know, like none of this stuff exists anymore. You can't go walk up to the gate and then be like, just go find a seat in there. You know, did you see your dad? He's in there. Okay, go ahead. Like, what if that little tape recorder was a bomb? You know, he could have been blowing up the plane. He could have been a terrorist.
Home Alone 2.
You gotta frisk everybody.
Yeah. Home Alone now ends with an anal probe.
That's right. Exactly. It's not gonna end well for little Mr. Kevin McAllister. All right, so next we have your and Home Alone 1 and 2, yes, they're must watches every year for me and for my family. So we're gonna move on to your number 1. And I asked Nicco, said which Grinch.
Okay.
This man said the OG, the only Grinch is Jim Carrey. I'm like, yo, like you just gonna shit on the original one, like the Dr. Seuss one, and because he was thinking of the remake of that one that they came out with, this like 3D animation. But all right, so I'll give you a free pass because you're a young kid. Like
I saw the Dr. Seuss one when I was a shorty, and like I remember now that like I remember the torturous child care that I went to go watch it. Thank you for revising a tumultuous memory.
Please, man. Please.
But nah, man, it's Jim fucking Carrey. Like Jim Carrey did an amazing role making me laugh. Like actually any Dr. Seuss movie, like to be honest, that's made live action will probably have you dying of laughter, and you don't even need to be high for it. The way Jim Carrey carried the role, as in like
he did his thing.
He did his fucking thing in this movie, and it's like very unforgettable scenes. And which one is it? Oh, when he was being like overindulged and like
when he was the
when they
holiday whatever
the fuck he was, they threw him up on that chair and they were like overly indulging him.
The cheermeister. That's it. The holiday cheermeister.
Man, like it's just got so many like very prevalent like imagery that like only like you would remember as like Jim Carrey made it a staple, like about the Grinch. And his dog Max and my boy Max, you know, the dog that he would you know, start off his trouble with, and when he started growing his heart, and he started his heart started to beat, and like he wasn't so cold, and I was like, what the fuck is happening to him? And I never knew it until like I got older, and I was like, oh, he's actually gaining feelings and like not being so cold. So it was a great transition. Hands down, one of my favorites.
Yeah, my favorite scene in that one. Well, there's two, I guess. The one where he's like eating glass.
The ornaments.
It's like, and then but then when he's like yelling and the echo keeps talking back to him, and he goes, you're an idiot, and he goes, you're an idiot, and he goes, I'm an idiot, and then he goes, you're an idiot.
Right.
It's like even his echo outsmarted him. He's not having a good day.
It's got staples.
Yeah. All right. So now we'll get to my top 5. All right. So after this, we'll do a little bit because I have a few little honorable mentions that I got to throw in here too. I like some of the ones that you guys had. The Grinch is a good one. And there was a couple of Nightmare Before Christmas I like too, but those did not appear on my list. It's a Wonderful Life. If you've ever been like a man, or I don't know, any person, but I specifically as a dad, as a man, a husband who has looked at life through the lens of like, I don't know that this place is better off with me here, or like I don't know, like I'm going through it, and I kind of feel like this shit would be easier if I just wasn't around for it anymore or whatever. Like watching that movie and going through like it hits different than it did when I was a kid. Like when I was a kid, I was just like, that's kind of weird. And I didn't watch it for like 20 something years. And then I just watched it again, maybe like 10 years ago or so. And it was like I watched it for the first time. And you see the little clips and everything, but you don't really know and understand what's going on. But like you see all these little things along the way where like his presence on Earth touched so many people's lives and had like this little impact that like when we're following where we're supposed to be going and listening to the little tugs at our heart to be the kind of people we were created to be, even if we go through some stuff, it's there's a purpose for all this. And I mean, thank God, like as I went through some of the shit that I went through a decade or 2 decades ago or whatever, I made it through that stuff, because now like I my outlook on life is completely different. I welcome some of the struggles that I have because it helps me to like examine myself and how some of that is my fault and why I need to change and be a better person on the other side of it. But It's a Wonderful Life is a great like a peek into like the human heart and how the human heart can like find itself up against it, but then also like find great hope and like a reason for living. So
yeah,
anyway.
I love the movie myself, and it's not something that I watch all the time, but you're right. Every one of us has, and I guess to a degree, I'm trying to live It's a Wonderful Life right now in my life. I'm trying to recognize, because you're right, there are moments in everybody's life where you're like, oh, you know what, this sucks, and I'm not sure that I make everybody's life better. Everybody's mad at me or whatever the thing is that's going on. But then when you back up and take a moment and realize what you have, and the fact that even if all you do, let's say, is give a homeless guy $2, well, you know what, that homeless guy got $2 from you, and maybe that made the rest of his day. At the end of the day, we don't know. When talking about like things like suicide and those kinds of things that are awful at this time of the year, you know, I think the description of, you know, suicide being a permanent solution to a temporary problem is absolutely the case. And I think that The Wonderful Life brings out the idea that we don't always know the impact that we're making on others.
Or that we could make
Yeah, for
if
sure.
we just live another day, you know?
Yeah.
And that's the thing too, is that he got to see not only what the whole world would have been like if he had not been around, he also was given that like insight into, well, damn, I better come back because who
Mhm.
knows what other impact I'm supposed to make
Yep.
and why, you know, why I'm here. So that's the end of the sappiness. So that one was the kind of the tug at your heartstrings. The next two are just like a great window into just what it's like to be a regular American, like going through Christmas. Like
Yeah.
shit's fucked up. Like so uh Christmas Vacation is like you're trying to do all the lights. I gotta say, like I gotta, you know, toot my own horn a little bit. We had our competition in the neighborhood. There were 10 out
Did
of
you
like, I don't
cause a
know, we had like
brownout?
80 or 100 different people in this neighborhood. Um, I was one of the top 10, so
Nice.
I got my little sign in the yard. Anyway, so I won one of the Christmas Spirit Awards for my lighting display. Yes, I
Nice.
definitely. I'm Clark Griswold when it comes to that stuff. I go a little above and beyond, but like the lights being tangled, lights going out, and you don't know why, and then it rains, and like there's one that you didn't secure, didn't like, you know, tape it up and cover it and everything, and that's where the water found like a little peek into it. You got to go search through the whole thing in the rain and try to find where it is. Anyway, I feel it, and then like family getting together and all that other craziness, and then like cousin Eddie and the dog Snots and just everything else. Like it's all just so like it's so beautiful. And then the stuff like with his job, like where you know he's
He
waiting
goes
for his
and,
Christmas bonus and
but
everything, and
Eddie
it's
goes
like
and gets his boss.
just like I hadn't gotten a Christmas bonus in forever, but you know, it's like there is that sort of like you're trying to do all this stuff at the end of the year, and then people are just like, oh hey, by the way, we want to do this before the end of the year. So can you come out here on December 23rd? I'm like, are you serious? Like I got like already we already have plans, and like I'm gonna have to tell my whole family that I can't do Christmas. Okay. All right, sure. I guess I have to go make this money. And so you have to make some tough choices. So anyway, that was I love Christmas Vacation, and it's hilarious. It's
Mhm.
just a really funny Chevy Chase in his element when
Oh,
he was
for
at his
sure.
best. He's gotten a lot less funny recently, but he was funny back then. Um, Four Christmases is like, I mean
I've not seen
it's
that too.
gunning for the top. You've never seen that one?
Four
Mm-mm.
Christmas is funny as
Oh,
fuck.
I
my
might have to check it
man,
out.
you gotta see Christmas. I mean, Four Christmases. So I'm not gonna get into it too much then because I
No,
don't
no,
like
no, no. Come on, it's all
no
right.
no this one's
I'll go check it
it's
out.
good. So I'm just gonna give you the backdrop and then I'll let everybody go see it. If you haven't seen it, you got to see it. It's Vince Vaughn and Reese Witherspoon, and they are like this yuppie, you know, never gonna have kids, never gonna get married couple who the reason why they feel that way is because their families are divorced, and so they have four different Christmases that they're going to have to go to,
Ew.
and they try to avoid it. They try to take a vacation every year for Christmas. It's another reason why I love Christmas with the Cranks, because they're like, we're gonna skip Christmas. We're gonna because we spent $7,000 on Christmas last year, so we're gonna go on a cruise instead. Well,
Mhm.
these people do this like every year, and their flight gets grounded. Like all the flights are delayed at the airport, and so they have to go see their families because their families see them on TV, because they do a news report at the airport. And anyway, it's just like all the dynamics of those different four families. Like you could literally watch this in like 4 25 minute segments where
Wow.
you stop, you watch it, and then when they leave that house, you can, you know, if you need to go do something, you can do. My son and his girlfriend started watching it, and they only had like 30 minutes. So I was like, "Yeah, just watch through the first Christmas."
Mhm.
So that all the same day they have to go to four different houses with four different divorced and remarried or dating families, and then all their siblings and all the dynamics with that and everything, and it's hilarious. There's
Nice.
some
I like Vince
really
Vaughn,
funny
so.
stuff. Yeah, it's really funny. And then of course, I don't know what to tell you. If you haven't seen Elf already, I don't know what to tell you. I'm about to
That's
spoil
a classic.
some shit.
It's a classic. It's a
It's a
classic.
classic at this
It's a
point. It
classic.
absolutely is.
It's a classic.
Yes. So Will Ferrell he's great in this role, and
Because it is Will Ferrell.
It is. I mean, it's basically he's just being Will Ferrell.
Will Ferrell is being Will Ferrell.
It's like Step Brothers, but he's an elf.
Yeah.
And it's not quite as vulgar. It's like Step Brothers, but if he wasn't so like crass and gross, but just like an innocent elf who was taught that everything was like magic and sugar fairies. Like he goes through life just like thinking like he makes spaghetti with Pop-Tarts in it. I just put it that way. Like, like it's like, what can I say?
Yeah.
And he loves saying the name Fernando. So it's just that kind of vibe. I love Elf. Our family tradition is every year Thanksgiving dinner is over when everybody wakes up from their naps or whatever. Elf is the first Christmas movie of the year. That's what we watch, and we watch it right after Thanksgiving dinner when either when we get back home or when everybody leaves our house. This year it was when they left our house. And finally, it's Home Alone. So I actually prefer Home Alone 2 of the two Home Alone movies. So I put Home Alone 1 for you and Home Alone 2 for me, even though we both had those two movies. To me, I feel like they kind of have to go hand in hand. Like it's the only legitimate sequel set of Christmas movies that you could put. So I feel it wouldn't feel right putting one of them and not the other. And I'm not taking up 2 spots on my top 5 list for that because we just watch them back to back. So anyway, Home Alone 2. I mean, it's hell. Trump makes an appearance in it before everybody hated him. It was back when people liked Trump.
Yeah,
and it was like a thing. It was like like, there's no way in hell anybody's getting him to appear in a movie right now. It ain't happening unless it's a Daily Wire movie.
Oh yeah.
Shapiro might want him to be in a movie, but that's about it. But even Shapiro probably hates him now too because he hated him and then he liked him, and I think he's back to hating him again because I think he's on Team DeSantis.
He's on Team
Home Alone
War.
2. Home Alone 2. The scene where we can't stop laughing is when he's throwing the bricks from the top of the building, and he just what's his name? Is Harry and Lloyd? No, that's Dumb and Dumber.
I don't remember their names.
Oh, it's Marv. That's it. Harry and Marv. When Marv just keeps taking bricks in the face. Oh my God. He's like, oh yeah, throw another one. And then he dodges it, hits Marv right in the head again. It's epic stuff. So the honorable mentions that did not make this list for me, I'll let y'all give a couple of your own as well. How do I get this thing out of here? Oh, there we go. Honorable mentions. Fred Claus is actually a really good one.
I haven't seen that.
That's also Vince Vaughn, where he is Santa Claus's little brother, or big brother, and he like hates him because they have like it's a great movie. Like
Fred Claus is bussing.
It's hilarious and it's like also touching. Like it's
nice.
very very well done. It's Vince Vaughn. Paul Giamatti is the Santa Claus character, and then like Rachel Weisz is Vince Vaughn's girlfriend. And anyway, it's a hilarious movie. Yes, to Nico's point, it is bussin'. That one, and then I already said Christmas with the Cranks, and I'm sure there's a couple others. I'll let y'all throw some names out, but those are the ones that I wanted to throw in there.
I guess I don't even know if, and Nicco, you can go first if you want. Sorry,
no, I have to think of them. I'm not great with categorizing.
Oh, the Santa Claus is also 1, 2, and 3 are really good. Yeah,
I like Tim Allen. I like those two. The good art and honorable mention. But I guess for me, the
he was here, but not anymore.
Hey Nicco, you're not muted, but
I got him.
Okay,
I got him.
Anyhow, for me, the I don't even know if this counts, but my honorable That's all good. My honorable mention is it's something that we've kind of developed as a tradition for Christmas Day. Like when my kids are coming over, we almost always have the Carpenter's Christmas going on from the 70s. There's two of them, and they had like Christmas specials, and they're actually quite good, both musically and
content wise.
Yeah, and content wise, that because it's something you don't have to pay attention to, so it's good background stuff. So
like the
when people are
Macy's
arriving,
Thanksgiving Day Parade or something,
right? And so, but at the same time, it's good music. So in the background, you have holiday music going on, but you can also watch, fun stuff going on, different skits and stuff like that. So I guess for me, my honorable mention is the Carpenter's Christmas.
I can respect that. That's good stuff. Yeah.
Well, technically, I gave you my honorable mention. There's the movie
Friday After Next.
I'm
About
gonna
to sneeze.
Yeah,
or a seizure, one of the two.
Yeah, I mean, seizure ain't bust out. Nah, but it was neat. God dang it! All right, so that what was another Christmas movie, a Christmassy movie? When did I hate working in Marcus Theaters? I know it was a Christmas movie. Nope, can't think of one. There's plenty of them that are out there that you probably list off and I'll probably be able to speak on. But off the top of the dome, this is like you trying to pinch me and ask me to name 5 cereals. It's not happening.
Yeah.
No.
So like Arthur Christmas is a solid one. Actually, like, what is that?
I don't know.
Did you see that?
Yeah.
Why
thumbs up? Why is there a thumbs up?
I did this and it like made a thumbs up come up. Marcus is like, can I see if I can do one?
Yeah. Nope. No, but Chad
No,
can.
I did it again.
I know.
What the
It's got to
hell?
be your phone, dude. Got to be your
That's what
phone.
It is. It's my phone. Okay. I bet it's not showing up on the screen. It's only showing up to us. That's crazy though. Wow, that's wild. Okay, my phone is doing. I'm recording on my phone right now because my computer's acting up. But yeah, Arthur Christmas is a good one. The old Rudolph and Frosty movies. Is it Burl Ives or no? It's not Burl. Well, Burl Ives does the Rudolph's stuff, but the other Jimmy Durante is the one that does Frosty.
Yeah.
So those are good. Good honorable mentions. There's got to be. There's another one that I was thinking of, and I can't look at my phone because I'm using it to do this. So, but yes, there's a lot of good Christmas movies out there. Oh, I know the one that I saw for the first time ever last year. Black Nativity was actually I thought was pretty good. It's Forrest Whitaker and I want to say Angela Bassett's in it, but forgive me. I'm drawing a blank as to I can't remember all the people who were in it. But anyway, it's pretty good.
I every time I see what's his name? Whitaker. Every time I see him, all I think about is Ghost Dog. Every time.
Who?
Ghost Dog. Forrest Whitaker. All I can think. Have you ever seen Ghost Dog?
No.
Go watch Ghost Dog.
Okay.
He's a ninja. Forrest Whitaker.
Oh, really?
Ninja. Yeah.
Hey, look, you can't say that word like that. Like you gotta
ninja. Yeah, he's a ninja.
You see what he's doing, Nicco? He just
I'm sorry. I was
except for he does kung fu. I'm actually or he does karate. He actually is a ninja.
I'm just messing with you because ninja has become like the code word that people use when they don't want to.
That's been the term to use.
Yeah.
Okay, but I'm actually describing Forrest Whitaker as a ninja.
Yeah.
We know. Look, we know. You're not getting out of this. You just keep doubling down. I know. I get it.
Crazy. So go watch Ghost Dog because it's hilarious.
Yeah. So real quick. So I can't pull up my list because I don't have any of the things that I had to pull my list up on available to me. But you're gonna have to pull up your top 5 songs list and possibly mine because I can't remember. I remember. So somewhere in there was Andy Williams, Happy Holiday.
I'll just pull it up.
Okay.
Give me a second. All right. So we got So we'll start here.
I
Okay,
think you
there's
did yours
Chad.
first, right?
Yeah, I'm trying to find yours though.
Oh,
All
well,
right, we'll do yours first. So number 5, Chad has. What are you doing new this year's
oh yeah,
Eve? Harry
The
Connick.
Harry Connick. What do you do on New Year's Eve? Yeah, that's a great song.
I guess I don't know that, so I probably know it if I heard it.
Yeah. What are
So
you doing New Year's Eve?
no,
No,
I don't think I know that
okay.
song.
No, that's a great song. Yeah, yeah.
Nice, I'll have to check it out. And then number 4, you've got "Happy Holiday" by Andy Williams.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Happy holiday. That
yeah, I
one.
know that
Yeah,
one.
everybody knows that one. Yeah.
Right, for sure. And then number 3, you have Same Old Lang Syne by Dan Fogelberg.
Yeah, that's that one. That's the one
Yeah,
where he's like, met my old lover in the grocery store. That one. That's a great song, man.
yeah,
Oh,
for sure. And
that
then
one hits.
yeah, oh yeah, all of these are good. The thing is, Christmas songs are good.
Yeah.
Sure, there's kids songs and there's adult songs, but generally Christmas songs are pretty good. And
Hmm.
so number 2, you've got "The Birth of
The
Christ"
Birth
by
of
Boyz
Christ
II
by Boys to
Men.
Men. Yeah, it's their typical, acapella. It's all acapella. It's the 4 original Boys to Men, like before Mike McCrary left. But it's a great one. So one year I got to be Santa Claus
Mm.
at like our family thing with like all my cousins and like my second, like I don't know what, anyway, a bunch of kids littler than me, because like my mom is the oldest of 11 and I'm her oldest, so I'm like the oldest cousin of all my cousins by a lot, and there's some of them that were like babies and I was in my 30s, and I'm sitting there as Santa Claus, and it's a great song because so like I'm sitting there as Santa Claus and I do it in a Santa Claus voice, but I basically told the story of that's in that song, like the lyrics of that song.
Mhm.
It's because it's like, um, what was it? Oh wait, shit, I can't even remember. Well, anyway, it tells the whole story of like them traveling to Bethlehem and
Mhm.
then having baby Jesus and all this stuff, and anyway, it's very good. I can't I keep picking up. I'm trying to pick up like in the middle of the song, but that's not it. Anyway, it's a great song.
Cool.
But it's not as good as the next one, which is "A Joyous Song," also by Boys to Men. That one's not a cappella. There are some instruments in it, but that's a song like I would highly recommend everybody pull that song up, listen to it. But before you do, go somewhere where you can just like take in nature at
Mm.
Christmas time and like feel like maybe even like in this like on a city street or something like that, where you can kind of. The first time I ever listened to this song, I had just gotten that album, Christmas Interpretations. I was in college and I was sitting in my car on college campus. The leaves are blowing and everything. Like I can still smell and see everything that was going on right there. And that song, like, I don't know, it like hits me in my gut. Like
Mm.
it's an amazing song. Anyway, for me anyway, it just is very touching. You know how music is. Like it has like
Yeah, for sure.
it can have a very emotional and visceral impact on you. So that one's good for me.
Nice.
By far my favorite.
And good set. There was a couple in there. I think there was one in there I didn't know, but good set of songs, man.
Mm.
For me, my top 5, the number 5 is any rendition of Silent Night. I like the song Silent Night. What's funny, because people I think of me when they know me as like this, when it comes to spiritual stuff, I'm fearless. At least people that have been around me, like they've seen like crazy shit happen and me just storm into it. so they think that I've got like all this courage. I remember when I was like 18 to about 20, I did, whenever I'd get freaked out, Silent Night was where my mind went, like that song, to kind of like get things okay. You know what I mean? It was when I was having a spiritual craziness, because at that time I was just beginning to really dive into my craziness, and it got intense sometimes. And Silent Night was the kind of like the comfort that got me there. I found it to be a song that caused holiness in my life. So that has a special place for me. Number 4 is the Carpenters, Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas. Really, this is just kind of like from that special I was talking about earlier. It's just one selection from that. It is a very good set of songs. All of the Christmas songs that the Carpenters did are amazing, musical, and her voice is amazing. So the next one is Carol the Bells. I actually prefer. I like the song, but I like the Lovecraft version. There's a version called the Carol of the Old Ones, where they take the Carol of the Bells and they put Lovecraft lyrics to it, and I find that fun. But
I didn't even know that existed.
Yeah, oh yeah,
That's crazy.
It's good time. There are Lovecraft Christmas songs, like that's plural. There are multiple.
Yeah, wow. Okay.
Yeah. I saw Melmy kissing Yog so soft. Yeah, that's a thing.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. So I like Carol the Bells a lot. Number 2 is another one that pulls on my heartstrings. Little Drummer Boy. This was my mother's favorite song. And it was her favorite song, but we weren't to play it very often because it made her cry, because she really enjoyed the story of the Little Drummer Boy, and I think she kind of saw herself in some ways as being that guy.
With her.
Yeah. So it always reminds me of my mom. So there's that. And number 1, I've got Lorena McKenna, The Seven Rejoices of Mary. And this is. Yeah, Lorena McKenna is a Celtic singer, and she has an amazing voice, and she's really good. And I think she's got about 3 Christmas albums out, and this one in particular is extremely beautiful. And I like the focus on Mary, and but it is a very, very beautiful song. So that rounds out my top 5.
I'm gonna let y'all know y'all showing y'all age. I don't have top 5s. I just got Christmas albums by MF Doom. It's a Very Merry Christmas by MF Doom. I know for a fact that I gotta. Oh wait, I gotta show my black face in this.
I thought you were gonna say like that Vampmus Dole FM Playboy Cardi. Oh
no. That's too new. That's too new for me. But like,
okay,
yeah, no. I mean. What's that? Chestnuts slowly roasting over an open fire. Yeah.
Well, that's not how it goes, but it's close to it.
Hey, it sounds.
Chestnuts roasting on an open fire. It's called the Christmas song.
Guess what? You knew what I was talking about. So
that King Cole version or what?
Yeah.
Okay.
All
right. I messed with it.
That, and then like the MF Doom. I want to throw my head out a window every time I hear Mariah Carey start to sing.
Thank you. So I almost started this whole segment off with that, with like saying that, like, can we all agree?
She killed my Christmas spirit.
The number 1 least favorite Christmas song is 100%. Definitely Mariah Carey.
100%.
And
who does she go down on for her to get on that record list? Like, she had to have done something very credible.
She's got a nice ass and good tits. That's what's up with her.
Oh, chill, man. She also has a really incredible voice. I'll give her that. Like
she does. She's got
an incredible voice, but like that song is it's mad annoying. And I think 100%. Her voice being how it is makes it worse.
No, yeah, I agree.
Because she shrieks in parts of it, and I just don't want to hear it. I'm like, nah, like this is not it. No.
Well,
please stop.
The thing is with Mariah Carey is what I'm like, okay. With the, like, for instance, with what was her name? I can't think of Carpenter, the lead singer. Karen Carpenter. She's a relatively attractive woman, but her song's not about sex.
Right.
You watch Mariah Carey in that video.
Yeah,
that's sex.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah.
Yeah, you don't, just because you're a beautiful person doesn't mean that
I
you
mean,
need
but
to
that's what they were
shine your
going
boobs
down.
everywhere.
That's
Oh,
that's
for
what
sure.
they're like. I mean, just like think about it. Look at how Halloween is now. It's like slutty Halloween, or you
Right,
get some
bimbos on
slutty
parade.
elves. Like it's going to more of a like demoralized. Oh well, let's open up and bro, it's Christmas time. We're here to be
Yeah,
around
for real.
family and put some gifts on and all that. Like pass them out, get some food. Why are you dressed so provocatively?
That's why that Playboy Cardi thing. It's like all they did was they put like some Christmas songs as like the beat underneath, and they like just made it because like if it matched beat wise or whatever, and the timing was good, they just went with that. But it's like some of the stuff is like dun 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 dun. In the background, he's like, "I'm beating it up. I'm beating it," and I'm like, "Yo, chill, like,
Right.
relax. It's Christmas.
Right.
Calm down."
Right.
It's like we don't need to hear that.
Right.
No.
Right.
Huh?
Yeah.
I
So
was just agreeing.
yeah, same.
Yeah.
So
So anyway, so that's the so we know that nowhere near the top 5 is Mariah Carey, and that she is all alone at #1 most hated Christmas song of all time.
This is no
And,
hate, but
Like I'm telling you, I hate that song more than I want a rhinoceros or a hippopotamus or whatever for Christmas. Like I actually think that song's all right. It's stupid and annoying, but it's way better than the Mariah Carey song, and they don't play it as much as the Mariah Carey
no,
song.
they don't.
All I
That's
Want
one
for
of the
Christmas Is
problems,
You
for
is
sure.
on a loop.
It's oversaturated and it gives me a headache.
Gosh,
Mariah Carey, you jump to the most disliked person as soon as Thanksgiving is over with. Once it is
Now I
fucking
know why you
November
turn.
25th.
Now I know why you turn the radio off and don't listen to it.
Yeah,
But
because it's just like, is this Mariah? No, you know it's Mariah Carey. Why are you asking for the 12th time? Like, I know it was you, Mariah.
for sure.
Well, we hope you guys have a very, very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. We're gonna talk about what we're gonna do for New Year's, and we're gonna let you guys know on the timeline. So keep your eyes peeled for that, because we haven't quite decided yet exactly what we're gonna do. But we do plan to do something. But we hope you enjoy this, and we hope you have a Merry Christmas and a good time with your family and friends. And just remember the love there. I know there's people are going to get on your nerves and everything, but just remember to love them as Christ loved us enough to come down here and deal with our annoying murderous selves, and just remember that we can kind of endure a little bit, maybe to kind of pay it forward, I guess, so to speak.
Even Jesus doesn't like Mariah Carey.
Oh, come on now.
Wait, no, because Jesus hung out
Don't say
with the
that.
whores. Okay, so like, I think he would be okay to hear Mariah Carey. Okay, Mariah, we appreciate you for your. Oh, again, all right, Mariah, go ahead.
He'd be like,
Jesus be
that's
like,
what he would do. He'd be like, listen, whichever one of you has never sung a bad note can throw the first stone. But Mariah, go forth and sing no more.
right? For sure, 100%, 100%. Yeah.
And with
What
that,
would be hilarious is when she went, and he went,
less this, more this.
right.
Oh shoot! And with that, we will bid you all farewell and wish you a happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and all that good stuff.
Peace.
Y'all take care.
Stay
And
free.
peace.